Welcome back for the second to last game of the Swiss rounds for Malmö Game Week. We are the Nordic Takedown podcast, and we are re-releasing this live stream as commentated single games. With me today, I'm so humble, Adam Lansberg. Welcome.
Hello, hello. And
My
you are Victor, of course.
Yeah, my name is Victor, and we are trying to add some flavorful commentary for this game. We're going to see Jakob Wolleman, who we saw in the last round, in a somewhat weird manner, get to 2-1 on Morten's Sabine Red. Now, here he is facing one of our favorite decks in Steven's Cad Bane blue deck. Jakob Wolleman was playing the Boba ECL, and he and his friend, our friend Jakob Hultman, had been tweaking that deck into this monster of a deck that he's presenting here for this game.
Yeah, and as you see, we don't do any camera commentating this time, and that is because I don't know how.
Yeah, it's going to be slightly less production values for this broadcast, my friends, but it's still going to be a fun watch because this is a barn burner of a game. You're going to love this.
So you can
Well,
see that we have already gotten into the game a bit because that's where it started.
yeah. Poor Jason was running up and down trying to get this stream together while he had been playing early in the day, and he was the lone caster. All of the rest of us were actually playing in the tournament, so he tried to get things, and he just flipped into the game. Jakob started out by playing a cartel spacer, and because he had initiative, and now Steven is answering that with, well, let's roll it and see.
Let's roll it, yeah. I guess
Yeah.
Crafty Smuggler.
Yeah, it's a crafty smuggler, and he's pinging the cartel spacer for one. This is what the Cad Bane blue deck is all about: playing value and getting extra value with the Cad Bane ping.
Yeah, and now I've also muted Jason in the background.
Yes,
So that's
could be distracting.
colorful three-person commentating here for the first few seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's a good start for Jacob to then come to go in space.
Yeah.
Because like versus the crafty, then there is no people
Yeah.
dying. Let's be unit dying, right?
Yeah.
Of the pings, really, or the traits.
The Phantom Lurker, Thai Phantom Lurker, is a good answer to the Cad ping because it can just swallow the pings.
Yep.
And it's also a good answer to one of the earlier removal cards that Steven's got, which is Power of the Dark Side. But it is a less good answer to the 7th Fleet Defender.
Yeah, the 7th Fleet got really good value here. 2 units for 1.
Yeah.
Did Jacob even get to hit anything with it?
Well, he the cartel space hit base.
Yeah, 2
once.
damage, once.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Jakob just claims here without spending any resources. He doesn't seem to have anything that would do any good, and he doesn't want to play the 4-loom straight into a Power of the Dark Side or something like that. So he's looking to bide his time here.
Yeah, I think maybe also he didn't want to play it into something new, a new drop for Steven, so they passed him past.
Yeah, it was a good idea to just claim there for Jakob. I think he did the right thing there. And now he's on flip turn, so he can do a lot more here.
Yeah.
And he's starting out with the 4-loom instead, removing the shield from the spacer. Still outside of the reach of the ping. He's still got 1 health there.
Which is very important.
Yeah, so he's actually going to have to sacrifice the crafty smuggler into him if he wants to remove it. He probably will, though. Yeah. The Cad Bane blue deck is all about keeping the other person's board really small and tidy, so that the pings are directed straight at what he wants.
Yeah. And it's a good play because now he threatens Power of the Dark Side, and we can see Jacob's hand here, and he has no choice but to just go into it or pass, and lose his flip turn. So
yeah, pretty much. So instead, he passes, and I think
Steven claims on it.
He claims. Yeah. So Jakob claims back, same as last time. But now he's got some more options. He's got the Boba armor in hand there, and he's resourcing a Bosk, I think.
I'm very interested that he kept the surprise strike because he really needs to get a board. It looks like here, and surprise strike doesn't really help with that.
Not much. I'm not sure about that play, but now he's got a smaller unit that can protect Boba from the power of the dark side, and he's got the Boba armor. He's got the resources he needs to play the Boba armor. So it's probably good here.
Yes, and Steven has the power of the dark side on hand, so he's just trying to get a maximum use for it.
Yep.
And Cad Bane is not that bad when he flips same turn as a Boba.
No. I mean, having stalled Boba to flip on the 6 resource turn instead of the 5 resource turn, that's probably a really good thing for Cad.
Yeah.
So Steven is playing. I mean, he's practiced. Even though Boba Green wasn't as big at this point as it is now, he's practiced with playing into Boba Yellow for sure. So he knows a few of these lines already. He's practiced them, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm quite sure as well. And you can see that he tries to do anything to get rid of Boba before that armor. Unfortunately, it comes anyway.
Yep, it did. And now he's 4 health left, and he's got that protection, the 2-point protection, which is like that pretty much voids the CAD ping, because he could put that on Boba every time. And I think that's a barrage in Jacob's hand. That could be really handy next turn.
Yeah. He goes straight for CAD.
Taking no damage.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so he's putting 6 damage on CAD, putting him 2 from lethal. Well, lethal of the leader. I think Steven just claims here, right?
Yeah,
he does.
He does.
There's no reason to hit base there for Steven. He wants to stabilize.
Yeah, and that's a maul on Jacob's hand, which is
that's probably why he wanted to hit Cad as well, to bring him
down
to get more overwhelmed. Get more overwhelmed.
Yeah, it becomes no lost damage in a sense then. And like since Cad is so weak in the defense, Maul can just put the damage on Boba and
take no damage.
Yeah.
Now this is a good play. Xanadu Blood. It's a unit that hasn't seen nearly enough play, I think, in this meta, but it's really strong. He tamps down Boba, but then we knew the Maul was coming.
It was a good play in a vacuum, but like he's very far behind because he has been able to dealt with the armor. This is a very good example on seeing when the armor does break the whole game.
Pretty much so. And that brings Jacob to, I think, 10 damage on base.
Yeah.
Still haven't even used his ECL.
This game looks like, from the start, it looks really, really good for Steven. But just the Boba with the armor.
That's
it turned everything.
Really, it turns everything. And this is why the Boba Green isn't as reliant on the flip turn as Boba Yellow been or previous iterations of Boba Green, because the armor is the focal point of the deck now. And you don't need the flip turn for that. So we get Lakis taking out Boba unit.
And now he just hopes that Jacob is going to hit with some of this unit, so he can play a power of the dark side.
But he is obviously playing the brush that we saw, removing everything, and he's got Basina, I think, up there. No, that was the Maul. Of course that was the Maul. There's a bit of glare here, so it's hard to see.
But it's still a lot of damage.
Boba's hitting base for 8, so that's 18 damage on base, and a Lurking Tide to void the next power of the dark side that Steven draws into.
Which he apparently has on hand, which is unfortunate for him.
No, that's the discard pile.
That's the discard pile, okay. It looked very similar to the Garcia played,
I don't think he's got one in hand, but, he's got some big ship there, I think. Could be a...
Avenger and Snow.
Probably an Avenger, right?
I
possibly.
thought I saw a snow.
Yeah,
But
that could be
maybe
a snow.
not. Maybe it
No,
was Fennec.
that's Fennec. Yeah, that's a Fennec,
Ah.
and he's uh get what
Oh,
4 through, and then so you can trade through.
just a trade,
Uh,
yeah. If it would
mm,
have been a clean kill, that would have been
yeah,
looking pretty good. But now,
mhm.
so much damage coming in, and that lurker is going to
Yeah.
stay, most
Yeah,
likely, unless he finds Snoke, of course.
of course. So that's 22 damage on base, I think, to
Hmm.
nothing, and that's fire spray. For another 5 going to 27, I think.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that's game.
27. Yeah,
Uh,
even Snoke doesn't save him from fire spray.
no, I think he's got super laser blast in that deck
Yeah,
that
but
would have
then
saved him.
no, because
But
then Lurker
for
would have
how long?
survived and done 4.
Oh yeah, Lurker survives the super blast. Yeah, so yeah, there was no saving that. And we go to sideboarding here, and there's a bit of glare here, so it's really
Yeah,
hard to see what's coming in and what's coming out. Steven is at least showing us a little bit of what he's considering. That looks like Cloud Riders, or maybe
yeah.
Emperor's Nest. And
Yeah, Lack
Lucky,
is out. It makes sense. They don't
yeah,
provide that much.
nah, they're probably mostly there for the Sabines and the 6 health leaders
Yeah,
where they can do proper damage. So he's bringing in. Did not see what that was that he pulled there
yeah,
really quickly, but they're blue cards, probably Snooks.
yeah.
Snook
Probably
is,
Snokes and maybe more control cards.
yeah,
We do know here that they don't. He and Jonas that made the deck
hmm hmm
does not run Rivals Fall.
no, they do not.
They run Vanquish instead because they think it's
3
more
vanquishes. Yeah, I
universal.
think it was the 7th Fleet Defender that he put in there, which would make sense as well to be able to deal with the lurkers.
Yeah,
Uh,
and it showed its value right last game.
mhm. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, that's definitely a 7th Fleet
Yeah,
Defender.
another Super Laser
Another
Blast.
Super Laser, yeah, Super Laser Blast. Won't take care of the lurkers, but the 7th Fleets will. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and like the lurkers are, like they are solid, but they are not the core of the deck anyway. So
For no, absolutely. The lurkers are basically there to just help slow down the control,
yeah,
um, to reduce the ping and well, void the ping and void the power of the dark side plays.
yeah,
Uh,
and in
that's
like
what.
when they created the deck, I assume they were
Mhm,
like it's good against control to
mhm.
deny power of the dark side, and then it just happens to be even better against Cad Bane because he
Yeah,
pings.
yeah, yeah.
It was definitely not something they had
Oh no, no,
tried
no!
for
In
that.
testing, we
Yeah,
had no. We were testing against Kiras and blue green
Sabine's
control.
Yellow
Yeah, Sabine's
Bobas.
a lot. Yeah, that's what we were testing against. And I'll tell you the lurker that would Jakob and Jakob were going back and forth on the Seventh Fleet versus
Yeah,
lurkers up until me and Jakob went down to the train. I think it was it was one of those decisions that
yeah,
just went back and forth.
because it's a really good card in some matchup, but in
Mhm.
others it's so bad.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
loses to like if you like the A wing, green A
Yeah,
wing
yeah, yeah.
just
It's
beats it.
crap
Yeah,
against Sabine. It's just not what you want there. So
Basim start
Seventh
here.
Fleet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that
and he
is
brings the Sabines were in the sideboard, or at least some of them were. I think all
yeah,
3. So he brought that in order to defend against Snook mainly. But
yeah,
here he tried to get a strong start, just using it early.
yeah. I think
I
that
don't
is
think he
not
got.
his main.
Yeah,
Want to use it as a main thing, but
no,
it's a
no.
decent start.
Yeah, and against a control deck like this, I don't think that was the right play. He should have probably saved it up till the higher resources, maybe even just resource it and play it from the
Yeah,
resource row
I think that
because
was
he
the
really
only
needs
two
it to
drop he
defend.
had. Uh,
Yeah, could be.
and like
He
when
did.
he at least got the power of the dark side, I think that is okay, uh, like value for her, even though
Mhm.
because now he can gamble on Boba if it's empty
Yeah,
and just play him
yeah, yeah, for
basically.
sure. But I don't know if you saw, but Steven drew. He drew back another. The drawback
Oh,
from the Basin discard was another power of
power.
the dark side,
Yeah.
and now
Some
he
Sometimes you're lucky.
Yeah, and now I think he might have drawn into another one. So he might be having 2 powers in hand at this point.
That's not too bad.
Obviously not being able to play both of them, and the lurker also making them kind of crap.
Yeah.
But
he can just trade out the lurker and have it open.
Yeah,
which will happen for sure here.
For sure. And now it's open. He's got the resources open for it, so Jacob can't play Boba empty into that. So he needs to play the crafty in order to get some protection for Boba.
And here it probably should be I think if he has 2 of them, I think he should have played one here.
Yeah, probably.
And
because he can't play 2 next turn either.
He forgot the ping, right? With the CAD?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, there's no ping with the 7th Fleet.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Down the world. So, no.
Then I think it was really the wrong play, right? Because...
yeah, I would definitely... He definitely's got 2 power there. Is he considering resourcing one of them? Nah. That can't be.
Yeah, it's like the best way to deal with Boba. Cheapest.
I think so. Yeah.
But I think now the chances
he should have
are
definitely
gone.
Yeah. He should have definitely played it last turn, and now hoped to be able to play it early in this turn instead. Oh, that's a vanquish as well. So he's got a ton of removal.
Now he plays this one for 3 on 5. I don't think he has anything more to play. That is really awkward.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
It is.
Couldn't almost already have. He could almost just have vanquished instead.
Yeah.
And save power.
Exactly.
Potentially. Not saying that is the right choice, but it could have been.
Could have probably been a good idea. Yeah. Now Jacob is stacking up damage here. He's already at 12, and he's got both Fire Spray and Boba out.
We should say now that Cad Blue is having a little bit of a hard time with Boba decks. I would say it's not an easy matchup.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
So sometimes you have to gamble.
This is the first power. Yeah. And it removes the Fire Spray.
Actually, second power since he played one last.
Oh yeah. He should have vanquished the Fire Spray. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Huh.
And now
another 7th Fleet.
What Steven is doing here is also like avoiding space, right? Sorry, ground, not
ground.
Space. Yeah. And which is good because then he can't be overrun by a maul, and then you can answer the maul. Okay.
Yeah.
Here comes.
But he flips.
Flipsy.
And gets 6 damage on base. Claims. And Jacob passes. Well, it's looking pretty strong for Jacob here, I'd say.
I'd say so.
He doesn't have a huge board, but he's got the protection he needs. He's got Boba's armor out. He's got Cartel Spacer to protect. I think that was maybe was that a Snook in hand for Steven? Because that could change things.
Yeah, it might be a Snook, yeah.
That would help him a lot. If he could just get rid of the Boba, he'd be pretty good with that.
Yeah. But I think Boba is untouchable now because all power of the dark sides are gone, and since he doesn't run Rival's Fall, he's never killing it. He can't.
I mean, of course he can.
Okay, Super Laser Blast, but not in time to save him from like when he's so far on the HP.
Yeah, he's got 22 there.
Yeah. And ECL is used, of course, with the Super Laser Technician.
Yeah, he used it with the Super Laser Technician in the beginning. So that Vanquish is doing nothing here. Yeah. It's just a void card. He's got I think, could that be Lackeys? It's a yellow card or something.
No, it's Fennec and Emphis.
It's Fennec and Emphis. Yeah, that would make sense. So he just claims here.
Is that correct? Oh, yeah, 5 HP is afraid of yeah, he just lose. Yeah, I guess if the Boba claims.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah, makes sense.
That's
a Super Laser Blast.
Yeah,
nice.
Super Laser Blast. That's exactly what he needed, because otherwise he's gone.
Yeah.
So that is a very, very simple choice here. Just Super Lace everything away.
Really nice for him that he played that maul, because he took no damage from maul, and so that was really good for him.
Yeah, that was really lucky for Steven. Now he might be able to.
The
Oh, yeah, well,
lurker.
yeah.
Oh, but
And he's a
Snoke.
22.
Snoke.
The snook. Oh, that is the solution to everything.
Yep. Now Snook is the solution to everything.
Yep.
Uh,
Jacob has no answer for that unless he would have. Yeah, because that's just gone. And
yeah.
Jacob's hand isn't that great now.
No, it's
That's a
pretty
four
terrible,
loom.
right?
Yeah, four loom. Can't really make out everything there.
I think it's
But that.
Toro Kalishan, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Toro. And quite famously, Jacob played the Toro trigger wrong in, I think, both of this matchup and the past matchup.
Yeah, putting the damage on Toro, yeah, that's the wrong, yeah.
Yeah.
It's up to both people
damage.
to recognize it, but it's kind of funny, yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure if it's good or bad. It's
in this case, I mean, it's one damage on either Bosk or Toro, so it, you know. But he's at 23 now.
Yeah.
So he's so close. But that's the Emphas Nest you saw, taking out the Bosk with no damage back.
Yeah. He's at really 26. Strong. Yeah. So if he has a surprise strike here, he wins.
Jacob does.
Yeah.
Does he? That's only 4 damage. Oh, he's at 26.
26, yeah. 26 is at. Oh.
Yes.
He gets rid of Snoke, but he...
Yeah.
In the Toro just mega dies.
Yep. Toro dies from the foreloom without taking any damage back.
And Snoke, yeah.
Oh. But the Snoke is just coming right back next time.
Yeah. And I think I saw 7 Fleet and... No, it's Foreloom and that lurking TIE Fighter. Is this just Steven's game now?
Here? I mean, he's on 3 damage.
Yeah.
He's got a lot catching up to do, but yeah.
Since he has that Snoke, like...
Yeah.
And Vanquish, so if he just plays it safe and just ship in damage...
Yeah, he could definitely claw back here. Jacobs needs to get 4 more damage. Yeah. And that could be really hard here. So that's the Snoke coming back, obviously.
Yeah, a bit of a dangerous Snoke, right? If he just waylays there and has fire spray.
Yep. But no, that's the...
Yeah. Sometimes you have to play a little bit like...
you got to be a little bit reckless.
Yeah, he has to play.
So Jacob just claims there.
Surprise strike.
Surprise strike. Jacob's got a surprise. But that's only that's only 3 damage.
Yeah.
So he's not actually winning this strike.
No.
He needs 1 more damage somehow.
But you surely play it, right?
Yeah.
And then you threaten, like every card you play is a threatening card after that.
Yeah, of course. What else can you do here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 4 damage. So he's at 29 now.
So scary to be Steven now.
Yeah. You can't let anything through now. So
the worst part is if he plays something you don't have an answer to, you have to just claim, and that's so sad.
Exactly. So Basine.
But there is so many things.
Oh, they're all removal things. What would you even remove here? It's a foreloom,
Maybe I would remove one of the vanquishes.
Yeah, well,
because Super Laser Blast at least kills your the Snoke.
No, he went for
Fennec Shan. Okay.
For Fennec, yeah. I mean, Fennec can take anything out with ambush. Yeah, it makes sense.
I was just thinking if you luck out and get 2 fire sprays, or something like that, it could have been.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he cleans board here. Yeah. With the CAD ping, he gets the Basine, and then a foreloom, and they draw back. Does Jacob have anything?
Now he's starting to die as well, which is
Yeah. Stevens made 18 damage there.
So he's lethal on board, right? I count right, yeah.
6 + 4, that's lethal, yeah.
Yeah.
Now...
Cool, we're gonna get a game 3. We
could possibly get a game 3 here. Obviously, the fire spray would handle that.
Yeah. Well, he
but
would
he
just be
doesn't have it.
vanquished, right? So
Yeah,
you see two vanquishes.
and he doesn't have it. Yeah, it doesn't have it.
Oh yeah, because of the Snoke. Snoke is so cool.
Yep. Snook is such a interesting design of a card. I really like it.
Yeah. And now
That's yeah, but I mean he's already got lethal, so that suckers does nothing. He's just threatening.
yeah, he's
trying
just
to bait.
hoping him
Yeah,
to play
he's
wrong.
trying to bait Steven, but Steven's way too good of a player for that. And then yeah.
And at this stage I think both players are 6-0.
Yep. They were 6-0.
Oh, sorry, 5-0, right? Because this is round 6. Yeah, 5-0.
Oh yeah, this is round 6. But they were undefeated, both of them. I was actually in this round. I was playing Jonas, just a table away from here. So we were talking about that. So yeah.
Okay, game 3 then.
Game 3. That's such an interesting game to watch. That how Steven was able to just claw everything back with that super laser blast, and get in kind of a lock with Snook there.
Yeah, it was like so close that that surprise strike came like one round too late, or if it was too
something like that.
And like it's always so satisfying turning with 1 HP, right?
It is. That's and you know you got all the adrenaline going.
And especially in like it's even pretty cool when you play casually, but in a tournament when you're
for sure
5-0, both of these guys are at this stage probably guaranteed making it through, since on every 5-2 but one made it, and they were 5-0, so they were playing for seedings, but it's still high pressure and really cool to do it. You don't get to those situations always.
We all know what you think about seedings anyway, so
yeah,
I mean
that's not relevant. Seedings are so irrelevant.
For sure. In this game, you can lose to. I mean, it's such a rock paper scissors game. At this point, so you can lose to anything at any point.
Yeah, I think it's player skills matter always, but like if you're on the wrong deck versus the right deck, you have to be that player has to be not that good to have the advantage on you, right? And when you reach top 8s and stuff,
everyone's going to be good.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
You don't make top 8 if you're not at least decent.
Exactly, and like then you have to count on them making a poor decision on the day or
drawing
really bad. Yeah. Okay.
So obviously Steven gave the initiative to Jacob there.
Yeah.
So Jacob played commission to fetch the suckers, and then, or was it the foreloom maybe?
No, he got suckers. He got suckers.
Yeah. And then Steven did play the Sentinel and the Pike Sentinel, and Jacob got to play a Greedo.
Yeah, which was interesting because if just Steven had a play here, he could just kill him for free.
But then the trigger,
but he didn't have anything, and
no.
Jacob got pretty rewarded because this was a dangerous play, playing that Greedo and not going for the Cartel Spacer that he had.
But you know, being able to grab something, play the Greedo, it's interesting. And if he trades with the Sentinel, he loses the Sentinel. If he plays something and kills it, he can get the trigger and kill the Sentinel anyway. So yeah,
the Sentinel has 3 lives, right? So it wouldn't die, right?
Oh no, it dies 3 damage to a ground unit.
The Greedo does 2, right?
It does 2?
Yeah. I'm quite sure.
All right.
He is really, really good, but
yeah.
And this looks very good for Steven.
Killing everything.
Ooh, yeah.
Cleaning house.
Like Cad is actually a good leader.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think he's just I think a thin hair away from being the top yellow.
Yeah.
either. It's just if Boba was just slightly less broken,
Yeah, exactly.
Cad would be there. Yeah,
because his ability is actually very useful.
very strong. And he's got such a huge booty when he flips 8. It's really
and I
strong.
do actually think that Cad Blue is better than Boba Blue, like the control.
Yeah, I agree. At least I enjoy playing it a lot more.
You have more. You have a little bit more tricks, right?
Yep.
And tricks a good player can really use.
Yeah, it really rewards good play.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Let's see here if Jacob brings out a Boba's armor. What's going to happen here?
Because it's a little bit scary, but Steven's used all his resources, so he's got a little bit. Ooh. So he plays a relentless pursuit here, and Steven's got to read it. Yeah. This is one of the cards I was actually part of testing for Jacob and Jacob, and it's so strong in a Boba deck to get that shield, and you can capture quite large things with Boba. So yeah. It's a really good play here.
I was actually, when I was testing Boba Yellow for before Malmö, like a couple of weeks before I decided on the Bane, I actually added the Relentless Pursuit as well when nobody was playing it, because it's so bananas on Boba.
Yeah.
Because he's so hard to kill.
He's so hard to kill, and if you get a shield on him, you capture something, that's pretty strong removal there.
Yep.
So Steven sacrifices his bosk right into Boba there just to remove the shield. Oh, Steven doesn't realize there was a shield.
That's tough because he could have just played an Underworld first.
Yeah. Right.
He didn't. I think they are showing the shield token. They had a blue die, and he was not quite sure. And here comes the armor. This is gonna be tough.
This is going to be tough. Xanadu Blood has nothing to pick up, so he can't tap anything.
Nope.
But it's out there anyway.
He can at least deal with the Phantom Lurker, so Power of the Dark Side gets opened.
Exactly.
Well, I guess he could not have pinged. Sorry.
No,
because
the
Lurker
can't ping
was
anything.
there. So
no, he can't ping anything.
Yeah.
The Lurker and the armor.
Yeah.
The ping is just void at this point, so Steven is just not bothering to use it.
I meant when he attacked with the Bosk. He could not have pinged it up, so it wasn't that bad. He would just have been killed by Boba anyway, probably. He lost an action, which is sad, but
No, it's not that bad a player. I agree. So we got Suckers out there as well.
Yeah.
So Jacob's got quite a board here. He's racked up something like 20 damage. It's really hard to tell in the light here.
I really thought he would try to kill it with the Xanadu and then play a Power of the Dark Side.
Yeah, but he plays the Spacer instead, and we go to 20. Is that 26 damage?
Oh, there we go. That's a cool play. Picks it up and exhausts.
Boba. That's the kind of play that you have to do. You have to try that. You have to test with the deck quite a lot to be able to see those kind of plays. So Basines will pick the Power of the Dark Side, maybe.
Yeah.
Or does he just leave it?
I think
he could just leave it to have. He leaves it because he doesn't want him to draw into a Snook.
Yeah.
I think that's the right move from Jacob.
Yeah, because he wins here. He wins.
Yeah.
Unless it's Super Laser Blast. And even with a Super Laser Blast, he's pretty good position.
Strong, yeah.
Snook is enough.
He did get the Snook, but that's not enough. Yep. Well, so Jacob remains undefeated. And Steven really put up a good fight into one of his probably worst matchups there. And we've got one round left. Yeah, we got one round left of Swiss to go from here, which we will release in a couple of days, I suppose.
Yeah, we hope so.
Yeah, and then we're going to cut up the top cut rounds and make videos out of those as well, so you can get them easily accessed. Don't have to wade through a live recording of 7+ hours or so.
Yeah, but that sounds good. I think this is it for this game. It was a good fight. I would say Steven pulled that game 2 back, and it's it's and he has good starts in all games, but just Boba. I would say Boba armor chose to show how good it is. Like it was not fire spray here. It was Boba's armor that really owned Steven. And nothing he could have done about it, really.
Not really. I definitely think that the Cad Bane blue deck has game into pretty much anything. But Boba and Sabine are tough matchups for it. It struggles, and it struggles a little bit with hand 2 blue as well.
It's a interesting matchup for sure. It takes time. We've heard. But yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Well, we'll be back in a bit. See you around.
See you in game 7.